And over his shoulder had a lovely guitar. He saw me with great big little and canoe. He promised me faithfully that he would be true. Oh, that was God, 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 that was God. Oh, that was God, 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 that was God. But me mommy friend, for she acting like a monkey. She chased away for that boss with a little leg. That cost of the suitcase, he tell nobody goodbye. He left me and gone away, he left me to cry. Oh, that was God, 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 that was God. Oh, that was God, 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 that was God. He say you'll come back in a road that's in front.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Buiti Binafi SVG. Boo, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me say I'm gonna say like them Bajans. Christina, if you're listening, I'm trying my hardest, okay? So please give me extend some grace. Let me say like the Bajans, how wanna doing this morning?
This is Christina from Searchlight.
Yeah. She said my Bajan accent need a little bit more pep. It needs some more flavor still. It ain't coming. It's coming to come, but it ain't come yet.
Do we really want to master the Bajan accent? Good morning to all the Bajans out there, but do we really want to master the Bajan accent?
So I feel if we master it, then we will be able to understand them a lot, you know?
Yeah, do we understanding is one thing, speaking is a different story. I don't know. Bajans, Belizeans, Bahamians.
Oh boy.
I hate those accents. I absolutely hate them.
I don't hate the Bajan one, but them ones up there, I discovered that there's some that are really hard to understand. No, I thought it was just Barbados, but then those you mentioned, I heard those and I was like, what?
Yeah, and I think the thing for me with the Belizean one is, no, not Belizean, Bahamian, is, okay, so they have the American type, there's a slight American accent in it, but then there's also the Caribbean accent. So when you hear the merger, it always just comes out sounding like, you know, but we ain't hating on nobody over here. We're not hating on nobody over here. We appreciate the people, but not necessarily the accents, all right?
Yeah, but it's true. You're talking, that's a really strange one to hear. But, you know, I heard a Kititian accent the other day in a video. When I listened to the video, I thought it was Vinci.
I don't like their accents.
But the strange thing for me is the video that I heard. It sounded like Vinci. It sounded just like us. So I commented and asked what country it was, and they said St. Kitts. I said it sounded really. But the thing is, I was around some Kititians last year, and they did not sound like those ones.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
I'm confused.
Yeah. So I think it's certain words. When I hear them pronounce certain words, it annoys me because it's like they drag the words out, right? And I don't even think it's necessarily just coming through in the dialect. I think that's just what it is. But in terms of talking about different accents, remember hearing even in Vinci that all of us don't speak the same. I remember when I was at UE, a friend of mine, she's from Georgetown. And so I grew up in, where was I at that time? Musibo comment. And a friend from St. Lucia, she's like, so how this person talking like this and you sounding like this? I said, we live in different places, we live in different communities,
okay.
You know, and we can identify when people live in certain communities here. I can recognize when somebody lives in Sanssouci type areas up there. I could, there's when I hear the word Caribbean pronounced by some of them, they say Caribbean. When you listen to that song for Papadas, them Caribbean, yes, say Caribbean.
Okay, I never noticed that before.
Yeah, I think he was from that area, but the pronunciation of certain words is different. So
okay,
it's just for us to embrace our uniqueness, right? The different villages that we have. Some folks in North Leeward in particular, they speak so fast and they break up the words, and they like, I'm struggling to understand, and I am Vincentian, you know. So I always say, well, I can't believe what happens to other people when they listen. They listen, and then I always remember that a boss of mine when I was working at Raffles, he was French. And I always remember it came back to me the other day when he saying, Roleza, why are you sounding like that? I'm expecting you to speak better. And I don't know to this day what it is that I said, because I think I probably spoke very Vincy, and then he probably didn't understand what I said, or maybe whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And then I think my pronunciation of the words it was different to him, or I just spoke how Vincy would pronounce it, you know. So it was always interesting, but it's just these are the things that we embrace, and we note, right? We note
the things that make us us. All right. So I love that we started off on that jovial note, because this topic here this morning is quite
and it's in the countryside they speak different to those in town.
Yes.
But it's not, it won't be applicable to everybody, you know. So
that's true.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on from accents, and I'm quite sure that most of us by now have heard about, well, I read it in the news this morning as well, the fire in Georgetown yesterday afternoon, where 2 young children died. So police released a statement about the incident, noting that the investigation is ongoing and noting that the remains of 2 young children were removed from the house. Eyewitness News has an article with a bit more information, so I'm going to have to read a bit from Eyewitness News so we could have a little bit more information. So it mentions the 2 children. It's a 1-year-old boy and a 3-year-old girl, and they died in Langley Park, Georgetown, yesterday in the fire. All right. A fire tender responded, but took some time to extinguish the blaze, which one of the occupants said destroyed the contents of the 3-bedroom house. So the fire destroyed, it was a 3-bedroom house, which was destroyed by the fire, and at least 6 adults and 9 children lived in that house. All right. So the occupant, an adult who was not at home at the time of the blaze and who asked not to be identified, told Eyewitness News that one of the adults who were at the home at the time of the blaze is asthmatic and another is crippled. Sources said that there might have been some confusion about the number of children in the house at the time of the blaze. Eyewitness News understands that people who responded had asked if all of the children were evacuated, and they were told, yes, that's the case, that they were evacuated. However, people outside are said to have heard the sound of children screaming inside as the fire intensified, to the point that no one else could enter the building safely. Eyewitness News was reliably informed that the children's bodies were found under a burnt-out bed in the bedroom closest to the entrance to the house. So the adult male, the children's great-grandfather, who was at home at the time, was being treated in the hospital after the fire, reportedly for a condition aggravated by the fire. The adult occupant of the house, who spoke to Eyewitness News, confirmed that electrical work had been done on the house less than a year ago. The occupant defended their family against suggestions by people on social media that the children were home alone. The children's parents waited outside the police cordon for hours as the police processed the scene. And continuing, I'm not going to read all of this, but their mother, who is said to be pregnant and asthmatic and living somewhere else in the country, was consoled by different people at the time. So she came to the scene and saw the bodies of her children. I think I'm going to stop there. Is there anything else we need to note?
All right, so let's see.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's it really there. So This story is just so heartbreaking for me.
And I think what touches me most is where they found the children.
Yes,
they were under the bed,
yes,
so which
you could know
means
that
they were terrified,
Mhm.
and in their quest, in their trying to survive, they went to an area where they thought was going to be safe. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Morning, Roleza, and good morning, Dianna.
Morning.
No, it's just sad. It's very sad and very heartbreaking. Now, what amazed me, now, that piece with Roleza with the eyewitness news, where they said that two adults was in the house, a crippled person and the other person was asthmatic, and when asked if all the children is rescued, they said yes. Now, okay, if let's say Roleza, you in the house as an adult, and you know it have let's say more than two children in the house, and they ask if all of them rescued, you must know, okay, then it's four children in the house, there's only two we get out, 3 we get out, or what? So then how could they say yes?
Well, I mean, the thing of it is, the children, there are 9 children who live on the property, right? So, I don't know if it's a case where the adults who are there really and truly were not sure, because it's easier if you could keep track of, let's say, 2 children, right? If 2 children occupy the premises, it's easy to know if the 2 children got out, but 9 children live there. So, it just may be a case, and one of them is a great grandfather. So
No, I understand the part there, the grandfather part, I understand that. But the other adult, you must know if it's 9 children, you must know, let's say, if it's 9 and 4 they home, you must know if before them get out.
It doesn't to be. It could just be a case where they thought, you check it. I mean, seeing your house on fire, your brain already gone into a frenzy, and you just checking where they're out, and it could be that the time when they realize that really and truly all want out, they could not go back into the house, because if you understand how a fire works.
And it sounds like it's just the screams of the children, right? As they realize that, I mean, it might be a little bit more difficult because especially if they're supposed to be at school, it's going to be difficult to determine if all of them got out. But these children are 1 and 3 years old. So at this time, I don't know if I don't want to be too critical of any of the adults involved, right? Because I really and truly, I wasn't there. I don't know if generally, if when the children leave, if everybody knows who has left for the day, etc. So it really and truly is unfortunate.
And very heartbreaking. It's sad.
I think
it's very, very sad.
This is the second incident for the year.
Take it easy. At a young age like that, 1 year, 3 years, and you didn't under that suffocating, that burn, that smoke, just before breath leave your body.
But there's not even that. It's the fire on the skin too.
Yeah, but they might have. Well, they probably suffocated from the smoke before.
It's true. It's true.
Before, so that's not necessarily a saving grace, but it's just really sad and unfortunate. And I know sometimes people come down hard on when you do your own, let's say, rewiring of your home or do whatever work within your home, and people. And of course, I'm not saying that this is the cause of the fire, but as it was mentioned in the article, just making note of it here. Sometimes when we do our own rewiring, you have to bring in somebody to inspect it, right? Especially if you are not a certified electrician, you have to bring somebody there.
Or at least these things have got something to, even though you bring in a certified inspector, sometimes things chip.
Correct.
Sometimes things chip out at the moment.
Correct. That's true as well. Yes.
Okay. I'm not saying that. Just general reference. For instance, my stepmother, my father died. My stepmother Lucy house just is in May. In a situation like that up Dashter Hill. Now she was downstairs because it's an upstairs and downstairs house. So she was in the downstairs and current went. And it didn't sit too long to come back. And when it come back, like the force will come back with like a chip something, and she did the downstairs and the upstairs almost unborn, and she ain't know. It's somebody had to call and tell her, the house on fire. When she do come out the upstairs, the roof, everything on dropping. And it's to the electrical.
Yeah.
The force of the current. We come back now, it chip something's chip out.
Yeah.
Some of these electrical, we cannot be blamed in either, you know.
Which is true. Yeah, I do take that point, which is true. So
these things do happen, but
it's
I to be honest, and I don't even mind the house that burn, because you don't know that could get back anytime. But is the true life of the infant, these infants.
And they barely started their life. That's what I look at sometimes, you know. Barely started how
they don't, to be honest, they don't even know nothing. Most of them could run around in the yard, especially the 1 year, know nothing. You might just, just hearing things and trying to relate back to someone. Your children cannot even properly talk. Some of them just, just trying to, what we just say, J, you are what? Just trying to say dada, mama. And you think it's easy to lie down in that bed and that smoke? Oh, my. Sometimes you roast a little breadfruit and that smoke, how we adults, how we fall.
Your neighbor lights garbage in the yard.
Garbage. Yes. Something that's just stifling your cars. And you couldn't move away from that smoke. What about that? Then two children just did it and that's how to suffer. My God.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
But the most you can say, may the soul rest in peace. They gone to rest to a better place. And I just hope that the mother take it easy and the rest of the family. May they find strength in the Most High and be a good courage. Life goes on. We just got to take things one step at a time. The Lord gives and He takes. He knows best. Everything is for a reason, yeah? And we cannot question these things when these things happen. We just have to just look up to God and ask Him to give us strength and keep us.
All right.
That's all we can do. They don't go on, but may the soul rest in peace.
All right. Yeah. All right.
It's so sad. I ain't know them, and I don't have to know them for that family feeling. That thing shocked me yesterday when I heard it. I heard of it. Actually, I don't even care about the house. I don't even care how within the house was born. Because this is material you could get them back at any time. But it's life.
Yeah. All right, thanks very much.
I just want to say good morning to Mr. Jeff and his family. And Roleza, you and Dianna have a blessed. I can't even trouble with Dianna today because I feel real messed up about that situation. Yes, but you all have a blessed day today.
All right, you as well. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are going to have to end right here. I'm noting Horatio. Good morning to you, Horatio. All right, so we are leaving and we will be bringing to you traffic talk we'll be bringing to you traffic talk right about now.
99.9, the heart and soul of